What do you know? Orange found another shitty game again. I forget how I found it, but here it is. Immediately, you could tell where all the stunning reviews come from. Instinctively, I go to the controls. You can see it's just basic WASD jump controls. There's no interacting. There's no picking up, shooting, anything. You just get to walk and jump, and that's where the downfall is. You'll see in a sec. Before booting up your cinematic experience, you get to choose between one of two planets. You can pick the moon, or you could pick Mars if you're willing to spend $3.50. What's the benefit of buying Mars? Well, it's just a red, bright version of the moon map that you're gonna play. Since I'm not a moron, I picked the moon. And yeah, here's your game. It kind of looks cool, but at the same time, it's really unbearable to look at, and I can't really put my finger on why. This lady starts talking to you, blah, blah, blah. Gotta find a few objectives. So my assumption is, hey, we just had a crash landing. There's an oxygen meter that's going down, and there's a bunch of objectives. I've got to go to each objective and do stuff along the way or avoid things, and I'll collect more oxygen, and I just keep going to every objective, and then I go back. Long story short, the transmission was like, yeah, you gotta find some friends, which just isn't going to happen. So you start walking to your first objective, and you're going to realize this is where the game ends. There's nothing else. This is the pinnacle of a walking simulator. You literally just hold W while getting fucking boulders thrown at you. The boulders don't do anything, they just happen, and you get an objective. There's no other platforming and looking at the environment. Nothing cool happens. You don't get to do anything. You literally just walk to the waypoints that are, there's like 700 and you can't tell what's what. After probably 10 minutes of walking, I get to my first objective where I die. That's it. Orange, what do you mean you died? What'd you do wrong? What I did wrong is I picked the wrong waypoint to walk to. You see, the friends you're supposed to be looking for are at one of the 5 waypoints, and you just gotta keep going, trial and error. 10, 20-minute walk to each waypoint until you eventually get to the one you want. That sounds like a fun game, doesn't it? So I'm like, okay, well, let's go to a different one. There's one over to the left here, and I walk. After flipping a few times, I'm getting pretty close. And yeah, there's just a giant invisible dome that's preventing me from walking into this whole chunk of the map. You can't get to this waypoint. I'm assuming this isn't where the ending is. I'm gonna give the developers a little bit of courtesy here. Like, I'm going to assume that they at least tested if the game could be beaten. So I'm like, okay, this probably isn't the objective. Still a little disappointed that they didn't, test an entire 1/5 of the map to see if you could play in the area or not. But I'm not new to this. I just go with the flow and I keep walking until I realize the distance from the starting area to this objective was 2,000 meters. It took me 10 minutes. The other ones are 4,000 from here. That's assuming I make it before the oxygen runs out. So I would have to restart, go to the start, and walk literally 30 minutes of IRL time over to one of the fucking waypoints so I could try to beat the game where I know there's going to be no fulfilling ending. I don't care enough about finding the ending, put time in, and go get it. I don't care if it's for a video. I'm not doing it. So I'm going to just find some Steam footage of someone beating the game. I'm gonna slap it in. You should be seeing it right now. But you're not seeing it right now, right? There was supposed to be 3 extra minutes left of this video, and I have my editor open while I'm talking right now. I was just trying to find some pictures and stuff to go with the video, and I came to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get that footage that I was talking about. And what's fucking crazy? There's no ending. You know that giant invisible dome that I gave them credit for? Like, yeah, man, at least the ending isn't there. No. This Giga Chad on Steam, though, is the one that helped me figure that out. I was looking at the videos and I was like, okay, I'm not too sure. This guy confirmed it. He also gave me a way where I can get the Mars DLC for free. If I go start game, I can press E. I just pressed E, and I unlocked $3.50 worth of content. So even though I was supposed to be editing this, guess who's getting back on the pile of shit to go check out the other map and see if I might be able to win? I don't know how to make the video anymore because I had it planned out and now it's not going properly. So I'm just gonna finish the video, the talking I had before, and I'm gonna slap some Mars gameplay in the back, and you're gonna like it. Thank you for your time. That concludes my TED Talk. And that's also not happening because I just played Mars and I got to the escape pod and then what I thought died again. No, apparently the first thing I went to on the moon wasn't me dying, that was me beating the game. I have to get this video done in a few hours and I'm so fucking confused. What's happening? I'm just gonna leave this here. You get the point. I don't need to tell you why this is not great. I don't need to review it. It's showing it for itself. I'm so lost. Oh, bye now.